Right, y'all, I'm at the Commodore Arms channel. Okay, today we're checking out a video from the 3rd Assault Brigade. Now this one is titled Soldiers of the 3rd Brigade Nullified the Enemies Who Wanted to Surround Them. So this one is interesting because this is more of a kind of like defensive video. So not necessarily like them in the attack, storming a trench, or kind of moving through an urban area. This is them kind of in the defense, and then you have the enemy that's trying to surround them. And it looks like these guys do okay, and they kind of make it out on top. So it's about 14 minutes long, but again, we don't see a whole lot of videos from kind of like the defense position like this, especially like an entire video kind of showcasing the actions of these guys who are trying to push these attackers back. Because operating the defense, although it seems like easier, it seems, pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot that goes into it mostly in the planning and preparation of like your actual space. So setting up obstacles, setting up any sort of like early detection, whether it be like a listening post, observation post, or something like that, a recon element. But at the same time, also camouflaging yourself properly, assigning yourself some good fields of fire, which is helpful because if you do have people kind of coming in and trying to attack, you have like your kind of dedicated lane of if somebody kind of shows themselves in this area, I'm going to engage them, and my buddy over here has his own sector of fire, and then you can kind of overlap them as needed. And of course, depending on where you're actually being attacked from, you can kind of, push your sector a little bit. But generally speaking, it's nice to have a general sector assigned just so you're not dropping any sort of security while you're actually being attacked, which is especially important when you're talking about an enemy who's trying to surround you. But this is in the Kharkiv area, so I'm going to pull up the live UA map just so we can get a better idea of where this is happening geographically. All right, so here we go. We got Ukraine, and then Kharkiv is going to be in the northeast. And this is probably by Vovchansk up here. So yeah, so it looks like we still have a couple of skirmishes here. So kind of along the border is likely where this is happening as well, but I'm not sure if it necessarily specifies it any further. But yeah, operating in the Kharkiv area, just to kind of give us a better idea of where we're talking about on the map, especially talking about Ukraine and kind of where it's in relation to the border itself. Okay, and you guys are also not a fan of the dubbing, so we are just back to the subtitles. Oh my god, my shirt is very chroma keyed out. Holy cow. It's gonna be weird.
Це через це йде подача до пекача. Витягуєш, заводиш і ставиш її в паз. Все, передернув.
Oh damn, he's teaching him how to use the freaking PK, or like right now? Is it a PK?
Витягуєш, заводиш і
I mean,
ставиш її в паз.
pretty important.
Все, передернув, все він тебе має бути в вогні.
I remember when I first picked up a PKM, I tried loading it from the wrong side. Because with the saw on the 240, the rounds come from the left side rather than the right. Dude. Oh, nice. They got some grenade launchers. Hell yeah, dude. So I gotta say, this looks like a nice position because it looks like you can kind of move, and I don't know if this is like right near it, but having this sort of alleyway is good to have a kind of clear field of fire, but also bad because obviously you can have the enemy kind of using that and using this open terrain. So if you have like any sort of mechanized or kind of like armor personnel carrier, you can have that pushing up on you pretty quick. But from the defensive perspective, having a grenade launcher is super helpful as well.
Що сказати їм за М2? Що по М2?
Why is the M2 just chilling there?
Пару коротких, як прийняв.
Плюс налічик край посадки плотола відпрацює орієнтовно там 20-30 штук з пекача.
Пекача.
That thing, oh my god, that thing is so heavy. Where's he moving it to?
Розчехляйте цей.
Dude, the drone's just watching them, man.
Хлопці, де цей балістол чи що, блядь?
Ballistic oil? Probably like a CLP, like a lubricant protectant. And sounds are terrifying. But it's nice. So at least they got some drones in the air, tracking their movement. Yeah, where'd that M2 go? I mean, I hope they have like a tripod set up or something somewhere.
Та чистили.
Ще летить. Їх там як раніше одного до.
Друже, потрібно навести
I like the camo job on that PK though.
Ще скид може бути.
Тихо, тихо,
вибрати
щоб ми
найкращі
почули.
подарунки і дати попрості по готовності. Прийняв прийом.
So let's see. It looks like there's about a fire team or something. Maybe 3 or 4 dudes in here.
Троє прийняв.
Fuck. Oh my god. What is happening right there? It's already super smoky. Are they right there? That looked like a good shot, dude.
Парні, обережно, слухайте, що навколо
They're
вас
right
і
there.
працюйте
Oh my
обережно.
god. No
Plus,
chill. Oh, I don't know if I feel comfortable staying in that position then. I mean, it's just...
Друже, але дуже гарно.
It's hard to see from the inside where...
Друже, працював
People might be
форвард
moving.
із Форда, як прийняв.
Так, плюс.
I wouldn't want them sneaking right up on
Орієнтовно
me.
5. Якщо можеш, відпрацюй ще туди, друже.
And I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it's too much in the defilade, but maybe it looks like there's some terrain. No, it's kind of hard to
Було дуже
see.
чудово, максимально. Якщо є можливість,
Dude.
ще пару штук.
That grenade launcher is doing work. I fucking... If you guys don't know, I love grenade launchers.
Стріляє з калаша, насипає, я вибігаю з посадки і пишу туди.
One, they're like...
Прямо.
just shoot at 12. They're fun, but they're also like... just the things you can do with them. Getting them over like... some like micro terrain. Getting people when they're in the defilade or inside of a trench even.
Ну то я якраз під шумок Браунінга
Like-
вискочив.
You just become one with the grenade launcher, and you kind of like, you can almost visualize the arc once you've used it long enough. Damn, that thing is running smooth.
Тихо.
Oh yeah, looks like they got some gun oil right there. Ah, there we go. Okay. Dang, that thing is, that's pretty deep then. Well, that's good. It's got a, is that a suppressor? It doesn't sound like it. AK. Iron sights, it looks like.
Їх там багато, їх багато.
Golly.
Хлопці,
They're just like freaking roaming around.
шукайте розсипуху, щоб без діла не сидіть. Є ось окошко.
Ага.
Це через це йде подача до пекача.
Ага.
Патрон должен дивитися в тебе в ту сторону.
Ага.
Просто ленточку цю затягуєш і протягуєш буквально пару патронів.
Golly, I mean, not ideal to be figuring that out on the spot, but I mean, it's nice to have that gun up.
Економим БК.
When the machine gun goes down, that's when you can start
Троє на
stressing.
зв'язок. Що ми маємо по переміщенню ***ів? Як прийняв?
These guys got, oh my, ooh, gnarly, dude.
Прижаті геї на місці.
That'll give you a
Будемо-
headache.
Періодично прострілювати.
Друже, якщо є можливість, хай флара накидає свої.
Nice, so they got FPVs going against them too.
Получається, вони саме в тому місці, і воно в них ходить прямо над головами.
Плюс-плюс, буду старатися. Поки прижали. Опа. Все, приєднав. Все, передьорнув, все він в тебе має бути в вогні.
Yeah, see, everything's all quiet until it's not. At least these guys look like they have some time to
друже,
react
мінус,
and
всі в
plan.
мене.
Плюс.
І давай вискочи. Просто насипай.
I'd feel uncomfortable if there's like enemy drones in the air. Flashbang? Is that really a flashbang round?
Пекач на цей, на вход. Ну бачите, придавили.
Да?
Да.
Hmm.
Зажались. Поставлена задача.
I mean, yeah, that's like a good combo. Just fixing them in place with the machine gun and using that like grenade launcher to hit them while they're down
буде йти до нас.
in that defilade, in that dead
Думаю,
space.
що да.
I mean, but they're close. I mean, you could really use hand grenades out. on them. It looks like almost at this range.
Сюда. Вали его. Зеленый.
What's happening? It's so hard to discern. Again, why like thermals is a game changer on drones. You'd be seeing all of them, especially as they come in and out of the
Я побачив,
bunkers.
він піднявся. Піднявся, зразу він присів.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so they got some pretty good sectors
На
here.
Монтані, на Монтані, як прийняв, працюємо.
Вон він. На.
Damn. What is he doing? Oh, he's looks like he's reloading very slowly. Oh fuck, was he just taking fire right there? Oh my god, okay. That was very accurate fire. Again, why it's awesome for these positions to have like kind of the defilade, because even if you're kind of shooting at surface level, you could still be shooting over these guys' heads. Damn, dude, they're right out there. So he's shooting more that way now too. I thought the opening was that way though. I know, it looks like he's shooting down. Okay, I see. He's shooting down that trail there.
Кажи, хай пацани потягнуть.
Yeah, it's
Скажи близько.
not, because it looks like his sector is kind of cut off. Even shooting, I mean, you can shoot through the camo net, but it's not going to be like very accurate fire. More of like suppressive fire. And when your sector of fire is the opening for the like trench itself, I mean, it works kind of well in this situation because of how it's oriented, but still pretty scary. Oh damn. Their fire is really effective though. I wonder if the enemy's like silhouetted. It's always hard to tell on a GoPro, but if the enemy was like silhouetted with the sun behind him, it makes it a lot easier for the defenders to kind of pick them out against the backdrop of the trees. But again, like right now, their grenade launcher would be clutch. Pushing them back.
Спасаться.
Having that like area target effect. Yeah. Let's see where this one was. That's what I'm I mean, especially with how low he's shooting, it looks like
Крийте,
they're
крийте.
probably like maybe 50 meters away, less. Maybe, yeah, maybe like 30 or something. Oh my god, it was right there.
Що?
Who's talking? Fucking hell. Yeah, once you have somebody like here, let's try and show this. Once you have somebody who's like right out here, who has like you know, depth into this area, these guys are almost kind of like lined up, kind of like defilade fire. Even like moving back into that kind of bunker that they had, like this would be kind of trouble. So locking down this sector is crucial. But again, like these guys could be, they could be froggy and try and move up right where that. Oh my god. He had a good eye. I mean, I barely saw that. What kind of fucking throw is that? Fucking NBA stars over here. Okay, he must have been like right out there. What the heck? I don't know. I probably would have just, I don't know how effective their bunker was. I mean, it looked like it worked really well for them. I would have been really tempted to just throw that back.
Кажи, зажали нас уже.
And that's the thing, making that decision in like the split second, like, do I want to grab this thing and throw it out of the bunker, or, you know, can I kind of trust my position? And like, if his buddy was right behind him, then maybe, you know, he wouldn't have tried pushing him back into that. Maybe he would have tried throwing it back, but he made the right decision here, it looks like. Fucking terrifying, dude.
Спішіть, друзі! Де питають? А, це перед нами.
Fuck, that was right there, dude.
Пацаны, сейчас постараемся их убить. Если будет все очень хуёво, будем откатываться.
Що? 300?
Походу, да. Давай сюди.
Давай сюди.
Nice, dude.
А ну насипай,
FPVs
насипай.
are clutch.
Дай фонарик. Що там? Є що там?
Ні. Стой, рука.
Dude, again, a flashlight is
Nothing
just
anymore.
fucking good for everything.
Давай,
Damn, looks like you got pretty
Давай.
lucky with injuries. Golly. Didn't really tear up their
Вони точно
position too bad, at least. Nice, are they pulling back now?
Наврод.
Holy shit, hell yeah. Dude, again, like, you could be, look at that.
Він не може
I was trying to identify the drone too. I mean, it doesn't look like it's got any munitions, but
Метрів 20.
А,
if I
це
can
отут.
get it out.
На отут мусорка, де у нас.
As an infantryman, I wouldn't feel very comfortable knowing that there was a drone in the air kind of watching my every movement,
Давай, я крию.
giving them like just a cardinal direction, or giving them even like a mill direction or degrees of where to even fire at. Because then they can start suppressing, even if they don't have a good visual. They can start lobbing munitions, grenades, grenade launcher, RPG if they have that.
Що каже?
Like an RPG would be freaking brutal for this position. Even like an anti-infantry,
Спитай, де пацани?
anti-personnel munition.
Да, це пацани.
Nice.
Та наший дрон.
Oh yeah, okay.
Один готовий.
That's so reassuring. Oh my god, but just trying to identify that stuff. I wonder how they did it. They did it, I mean, it seemed like they did it pretty fast.
Я так помню.
Так, остався у нас той, що там.
Rather than spending like 10 minutes in terror trying to understand
Біля столу.
Тихо.
if the drone in the air is yours.
Там в поле лежит. Ну, не в поле, а с правой стороны посадки
What is that?
стоит
Is that,
укрытие.
is that a mortar?
Поняв? Не з нами.
Вони з нами.
Да. Бой дають, це вони ззаді стріляють.
Golly.
Дивіться, мій автомат не дуже, бо гарячий під.
Nice. Well, it looks like these guys came out okay. Yeah, that's terrifying. Oh my god, I need to see that grenade again. Dude, that was crazy. Look at that throw. I mean, and even still, like with all this litter, even if you're trying to grab it, it might be kind of tough. That thing moves around a lot, especially when the, you know, terrain's all fucking uneven and stuff. Golly, that was, hey, again, he made a call quickly, and that's the thing, when you're in a situation like that, you just need to make a decision. Like, just freezing up, that's where you're really going to be in some trouble. So making a decision, either getting out of there or, you know, trusting your defenses and kind of tucking yourself back, and I'm glad it worked out for them, because holy cow, that's terrifying. Okay, so definitely a different perspective on things. And again, it's really interesting to kind of see this as well, because it really shows how much pressure you can be put on in such a short amount of time. I mean, this is a very compressed time frame. Within, I mean, the whole video is 14 minutes long, but within like 2 or 3 minutes, things were changing very dramatically. If you don't have that constant, I mean, it might seem like they're kind of, you know, doing a little bit too much trying to suppress them or fix them. But again, it's so easy to move on to a position if you're like kind of pushing up, if you're covering fire. You can see the suppression for the guys in the bunker was getting pretty accurate. And you don't need to like necessarily lay down a whole wall of fire to suppress somebody. If you're getting some very accurate rounds like on their position, you can see it was like tearing up their tarp and kind of like going through their camo netting. If you have effective fire on that, even if it's just like one round every 3 seconds, it's going to keep your head down. It's going to keep you from kind of moving around. And because of that, it's going to keep you from seeing them as they're moving up. And you can only kind of start gleaning a sense of how close somebody is based on either just how the rounds sound, how the weapons sound. You can kind of start hearing the muzzle flashes, or the weapons actually firing a little bit more loudly. The snap and the crack will sound a little bit different. There's going to be a little bit less kind of time in between everything. And then of course, when you're talking about hand grenades, once you see those start kind of coming toward your position, that's when you know it's like really, really close combats, and you kind of need to do what you can to suppress and keep them fixed and start pushing them back. And luckily they have some nice FPV supports to also push that supports. But yeah, it is things can get very dramatic very quickly. So I think these guys definitely did a good job kind of keeping themselves calm, because in a situation like this, you really need to have a good head on your shoulders, think things through logically, understand what you can do to still be effective, still put some rounds towards the enemy, but also keep yourself safe and not do any like Rambo stuff, kind of running out of the bunker, because that'll get you killed very quickly. And you'll kind of see that a lot of people will kind of do that stuff mostly in training. And obviously somebody who's kind of experienced or kind of been to combat, you're not going to risk your life by doing these crazy Rambo moves unless it's a complete last ditch act of desperation. You're not going to be doing anything crazy like that. But of course, if you guys picked up on anything that I didn't, let me know down in the comment section. Again, it's always really interesting to kind of see the different perspectives, but again, now seeing more of like a defensive kind of position, it's interesting. We haven't seen that in a while with these videos specifically. So yeah, it's nice to break them down and get a good understanding of like kind of where your mind needs to be, or where obviously the fighters, where their minds need to be when they're in this kind of combat. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary, and yeah, definitely go and support the 3rd Assault Brigade. I'll put their original video down in the video description as usual, so you guys can go and check out their channel, support them that way. And of course, there's other ways you can support them if you guys can and want to do that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely consider liking and subscribing. If you guys want to stick around, we have a lot of other reactions coming. I have a very long list I still need to get to, and there's a lot of stuff I keep getting recommended in the Discord and also in the comments. Again, those are always super helpful because I kind of stay in touch with what y'all are interested in watching, so I can kind of check out that stuff. And also, it's a great mechanism to kind of find those videos that for whatever reason aren't getting recommended to me, even though I watch all this stuff. It's a great mechanism to get like one kind of central repository, all the videos kind of coming to one spot, so we can kind of check them out together. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. That's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.